What's good, superstars? Back with another Veve video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Veve Fox in the building. How's it going, Veve Fox? Throwing in the late jabs when I wasn't ready. I mean, I don't know. We got to go to the replay, see who won that one, but I think you did. Thank you for coming on the channel, filling in for Rob, who's still on his honeymoon, actually near you guys somewhere. He's in Italy, so he's in Europe. Hanging out, so maybe he's going to come by for a coffee or something like that, and you guys can hang out in person. but appreciate you coming on the channel. Really excited to get into this one. I think it's a fun one, and I think it's going to give a lot of people a lot of information.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me over. I mean, we've been planning that for a while. Hard to find a time frame like for us, but yeah.
The time change has been a little bit difficult because we like to film late, and you guys are sleeping, and I know we get that in the comments all the time. Like, why do you guys post so late? How are we supposed to watch it in Europe? So it's just what works with us. I know you guys know we're on the daily schedule, so we got to do what works to keep the content coming. But we definitely made sure to make it happen with you because you bring a lot to the community, and we're going to get into that. If you guys are new here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button down below. Become a superstar. Hit that bell notification. You never know when we're going to post amazing collaborations like this with other community members. So make sure you have that bell notification on. You can also become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. You join, you get a nice badge next to your name. You get access to our spreadsheet. We try to bring a little bit to the community as well. It's not maybe not as detailed as the Veve tracker, but it brings its own dynamic. We also do like advertisements for you if you're trying to sell something. We have Disney mini brands giveaways, and we're giving away a star at the end of the month. It's crazy. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. We got all the VIP. Shout out to the VIP for joining, giving you guys a big platform to be in the stars. So thank you for that. And there's our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. On Twitter, you'll find our Veve account, and you can follow us there. So without further ado, I want to pull up another thing here, guys, because you guys got to go check out Veve Fox on the YouTube. Go get her some more subscribers from this video. Let her know you came from Superstar Money. So why don't you explain to the viewers here how you started on your Veve journey, and then what made you get into YouTube? When did you start, and what made you take the data approach?
Yeah, sure. So I guess, yeah, my Veve journey started in March last year. So that's when the first time I heard about like Project Veve and all that. I was quite new to crypto in general, so I was kind of digging into all kind of topics, like exploring several projects. And then I did came across an interview with Dan where he kind of just explained what Veve was, what their vision was, also for the Veveverse and all that. He also brought the story from Alfred Kahn, how he is like the head of licensing and how he's involved with Pokemon and all that. And so I thought, wait a minute, that's sounds like an interesting project, and I kind of went down this rabbit hole, and yeah, from there on, I think once you get into it and once you get into the community and all that, it just pulls you in, and yeah. So
you're an OG. You came in March like last year. That's wild. That is early. I mean, I didn't even hear about this thing until end of the year. I'm glad that when I did, I decided to join and be a part of it. But that's great. I love having like people who've been in so long, because you guys seen so much more than we've seen, so you can bring that other dynamic. And on top of that, now you're providing data and all that crazy stuff. So how did you get into the YouTube journey? What made you decide to do that?
Yeah, it was actually, I think my first video I recorded in April, but I never published that video. It was about how to buy Omi, because I still wasn't sure if I really wanted to start a YouTube channel. I really couldn't see myself as a content creator or something like that. And also we really had a lot of like really great YouTubers out there. But I guess, Wendy. So she was really like into the Women X Veve community, and she was kind of trying to encourage like us women to kind of start our content to become active in the community. And so yeah, I gave it a try. I guess my first videos, if I remember correctly, was about when the first comics dropped, because they were the first blind box drop. And what I did was kind of a simulation, like with like putting some data, running a simulation to calculate like how many blind boxes would you need to pull to kind of break even, like depending on the price estimations for that comic. And yeah, so that's how I started. I chose the data approach because I'm a data analyst, so that's nice. What I do, and that's what I know.
And so that's cool that you mentioned that, because your first video is basically what our spreadsheet is. Our spreadsheet that we have is how many hits you need to have like the best probability, best odds for the blind box. But you've been doing it since your first video. I mean, your stuff, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very unique compared to anyone else in the community. You pull numbers that people maybe shouldn't be knowing about, or like you're able to determine like I think it was the the Spider-Man, the one that was a promo code, and you did a video about maybe how many might be owned or might have been redeemed. Like that's incredible things there. I mean, you're really on top of the data. And if you guys aren't subscribed, like honestly, must subscribe, because you're not going to get this anywhere else. This is like a unique channel, diamond in the rough, and from a data analyst, like wild stuff. Anything else you want to talk about with regards to your channel, or should I continue on to your website?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, so if you guys want to find her website, one of the easiest ways I do it is I go to her Twitter. So you got to be following her on Twitter, because she's also putting out like great analysis on Twitter, far above and beyond the website. But if you go to the tracker here, she's got a nice little Cutly link there. You click that, and it will bring you to her website, which is the Veve tracker. I'm going to get into this a little bit further on as we get into the topic of the video. But this is you need this resource to actually understand the market on top of everything else. So we have so many great creators some of them don't have YouTube channels, but they all provide their own little spin on the Veve market. And by following all these people we're going to show you today, I think that you are going to have an advantage over a lot of people who might not know this information. And you might think like, oh, there's only this many wallets buying today. Maybe we're starting to lower how much money is coming into the app or something like that. And then you might decide, okay, let's wait for the trend to change. And these are all tools that you can use to kind of determine trends and all that. So I'm going to let you talk about your website once I get there. But let's just quickly go through the Twitter news. I know a lot of people like to be kept up to date. The first thing that we noticed is that Meta is stealing our branding. I don't know if you saw this, but they're saying earn money with stars. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg, that's a complete ripoff. When am I getting my royalty check? But that's okay. I mean, I'm flattered. Imitation is the best form of flattery. Speaking of which, we have Alex G. We had the whole little back and forth. I don't know if you saw any of this, but he gave us like an ultimatum. If he's going to come on our channel, we need to do a bunch of things. He said, I got to change the clickbaity titles. We don't clickbait, so that's already doesn't make any sense. And first 10 minutes telling people to subscribe. I don't know what kind of timers you guys are using, but we need the people to find the channel and stay on the channel so we can spread the Veve word. So if you're talking about the VIP, Alex, we will be more than welcome to receive Veve paychecks, and we will not talk about the VIP anymore. But I came up with a better agenda, and it ends up with Alex announcing Pokemon on our channel. So I think a lot of people were more into that one. So I think that would be cool to see going forward. In terms of the rest of it, I mean, there was a nice giveaway for charity. Benjamin over here. I don't know too much about it. I just read about it. It looks like he's getting some meals to people for every $1 raised. So that's pretty cool. I like that utility. And we got our friend Mac NF Cheese doing it again with the showroom art, all Mickey Mouse space. Really, really cool. I don't know. You into these types of things, like these showroom designs?
I don't do anything myself. I'm really like bad at kind of like but I think it's awesome what people create. I think, yeah.
The more and more people that start to come, I think you're going to start to see even more, like like now we have Metaverse Life, who's doing the videos and putting that stuff out there, just giving your mind, making you think what could be from the.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, so let's get into it. I want to talk about a bunch of tools that you can access, and a lot of them are free, and a lot of them will change maybe the way that you invest. Let's start with your website. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you try to do with this website, what your main goals are, and do you use, like, is this your approach when you go to buying NFTs, and how do you use this when you make decisions?
Yeah, well, I guess I start from the beginning. So on this first page, well, basically what I do, the data I get is from the Immutable X exchange, like blockchain directly. Yep. So from there, like, because it's blockchain, it's all transparent, it's all out there. So I can grab that data, and I kind of started to build my own database with it. So the bad thing is that we don't have metadata yet. So I can see all trades. So we can see how many, what's the like trade volume, how much was traded, how many tokens were traded, how many unique buyers, how many unique sellers. So active new wallets is something I added like quite recently.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so it's just something that I'm trying to provide some insights for the community that are able like to use it for their analysis. Seeing how many people participate in drops, how many items were minted. There you have the drop details and the drop participation.
The cool thing here is that this is so organized. Like, you can go over to Immutable X, and it's like, it could be overwhelming for some people who might not be familiar with that type of data. You come here, everything's on nice table, nice chart. It gives you all kinds of information as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I love seeing unique buyers, unique sellers. Kind of gives me an idea of trade volume. You have that as well, but daily active wallets. This is showing you like, oh, are people coming back? Are they taking a break? It gives you that kind of information. And
just remember, it's active, like actively trading, like making a purchase. We don't know how many open the app and just browse through the market and not make a purchase.
Exactly. So, but if you see the active trades moving up, maybe that's a good time that if you're really trying to sell something, you know that there's a lot more people looking around buying and selling at that time, right? So these are the things that you can pull from this types of data. It's awesome. Like trade volume, we talked about it. The drop participation is cool too. I mean, you'll see if, even though it's retroactive, you're going to be able to see how people like a certain type of drop. And then when new drops come out, if it's like, for example, you can look at like the tiered comics or whatever. If it's an A tier comic, how did it participate? Then next time you'll be, okay, a lot of people participated, and you got numbers here like 15,000 or 10,000. And then you compare that to the mint run, and then you'll know your odds maybe of being able to land one if you're looking at comparables. So just having all the data laid out so clean and so nice. I mean, you got to definitely make sure you have this saved in your favorites tab. And shout out again, Kelly, Veve, Fox for putting this website together for the community. I mean, it's been life game changing. And I remember when Rob found it, because Rob is really big into data as well. And we were talking about putting together some kind of spreadsheet just to try and figure out like how many Vaders are traded or something. Because if you remember, there was that time, I don't know if it was June, but there was a pump. And me and Rob were like, this is not real, because we're all our indicators are saying like nobody's searching NFTs, nobody's searching Veve. Everything's coming up because we thought because of a few people. And this is, I think, when we first really started digging into your website, because you had it and you're showing like low numbers for new signups, low numbers for active traders. We're right 100%. Like it's something like this that helps you to determine like, is it a fake pump? Is it a whale pump? And I know you've got some whale tracking going on as well or something, right?
Yeah, I think that's what most people find most interesting, is like, what do the like whales do? Whales in terms of those people that hold the most collectibles. I mean, we don't know if it's like all gold moments or if it's comics. But they hold the most items. And yeah, I think it's interesting to see what do they do? Like, are they selling? Are they buying? Are they still bullish on the project? Did they lose hope and start selling off? And that's, I think, the main page that I also look at. And for me, like the past months, even though there was a lot of FUD going around, I was just going to check like so what are the top 100 wallets doing? And they were still purchasing. So I said, okay, all fine. We're still good.
Yeah, exactly. If they start dumping off, then we got to start to maybe worry a little bit. But no, this is cool as well. Like you get to see how many sales they've made, how many purchases. But I don't know if is that the Veve wallet, the number one?
No, I filled it out the Veve wallet. So
you took that out.
Yeah. So I think the number one is you have to click on collection size, because then it will order by.
There you go. So it's even sortable. That's awesome. I didn't know that. So 15,000 items for number one. Oh my gosh. We don't know about value yet, because like you said, we don't have the metadata to see what they actually are holding. But in terms of number of tokens, 15,000 tokens is the whales with the most items. So that's pretty cool. I mean, this is like I said, when we were looking at that latest pump, it would have been great to come here in the days leading up to the pump and see like, oh, these guys are accumulating, like these 5, 6, 7 wallets are accumulating. We might see prices rise just because we started to notice that it was all like the grail items that were going up, right? So it's interesting. This is data like you can take into your own daily purchases. I mean, I'm sure, like you said, you follow the top 100 pretty closely just to see what they're doing. And then so you know if you're worried or not. So really, really cool information as well on this page. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to give a little bit of shout out to the rest of the creators. I know that we talk with you guys on Twitter, and we have a group chat with a bunch of other oones. So I just want to say shout out to a lot of other people who bring data, who might not do YouTube, but are actually bringing other data that is different dynamic, but it all helps at the end. So these are tools, guys, that you guys need. We talk about Pudding Cheeks all the time. You guys know about the Pudding Cheeks spreadsheet. This is a great tool for finding out how much gems are in the app or being purchased or being brought into the app. Now that you can't really determine how much is being cashed out, that's okay, because you can still see the influx. Like if that number is increasing or decreasing, that's still really important, because it gives you an idea of like the flavor for Veve. If people are picking up a lot more gems over day, I think that's really bullish for the project, and you might start to see the prices move upwards. But if you see it stay stagnant and you know that there's cash out, maybe you got to account for that. So there's a lot of things you can pick up from the spreadsheet. We talk about it all the time. Maybe not as often in the last little bit, because we all know how the market's been performing. But as things start to turn around, I think we'll be coming back and looking at putting cheeks to sheet a lot more often. You're familiar with putting cheeks to sheet, right? So
yeah, of course.
Yes. He's a legend. We got to give a shout out to Foster. This is how I found out how to buy Omi. I mean, I had Foster's video up. The first time I ever bought Omi, it was like 18 steps I had to learn about Spot and the other one. I don't even remember the names, but just great information if you're looking for that type of stuff on how to do things within Veve. I think he did how to cash out as well. So shout out to Foster. We got Jason, who is doing some great stuff as well. Graphs about the burn. It's a lot of Omi stuff. He's just got another layer. I mean, this is, you can see he's got the drop burn effect. So further to your website where you got the drop participation, he's got the drop burn effect. I don't know if you had that there, but you might. But it's just cool. You see the burn effect and all related to Omi. So Jason's got a great Twitter page as well. You got to make sure you check it out. And we got Todd 1031. This was a fun one. I think it's similar to your top 100. But he's got the top 500, and he's actually started putting in names of people, which I don't know if you can read them, but he's starting to try and figure it out and eliminate and replace the names. I don't know if you have plans to ever do that, but
I have to look at it. I mean, I have found out from some people, but yeah, I'm keeping it more.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny when I open it up. It's like, oh, he's got the names here. But I guess they must have openly provided their information. He's asking Dr. Profit. I don't think that he ever replied, but he's got his account on private. Everybody knows that. Crispy Chill, Miniac. He's got some really fun stuff. So I like following him because he got he'll show, for example, on an individual drop, he'll talk about how many promo codes, the last drop, how many promo codes have been redeemed. He had this tweet out. He does a bunch of stuff like that. But it's so much fun. He does more than that, giveaways and all that. But it's really cool to follow this, because then okay, maybe nobody's minting this. If people aren't redeeming their codes, do I want to redeem my code? Do I let it burn? And then you can have an idea of if there will be more left, how many will be left, and have it gives you more options. This is another option. Another one that does everything. This is like a summary page. It's Omi Burn Daily. He's also a great friend of the channel, and he's got the Omi. He's got the Veve user wallet. So kind of similar to your website, but in text format. And also he has an Excel, and he's all over the place. He's got everything. He's even got the other projects that are going to burn Omi. I think he probably has plans to try and incorporate that. So a lot of data-driven stuff going on with Omi Burn Daily. I always say his name backwards. And we got Bravos Assassin. Obviously, Veve set list, talking about MCP points, another data-driven source for you guys to figure out what makes sense, dollars per MCP. It's not as a difficult thing to figure out, but he summarizes it for you, makes it easy for you to go a one-stop shop, just like Kelly does with her website. Bringing everything together and making it so organized, that's really important. So now, here's another one. We all know about Ecomi Wiki. Why don't you talk to us about this tweet that you put out and maybe what your plans are going forward?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I guess most of the people in the community know Ecomi Wiki. It's the awesome web platform where you can track the price data for the collectibles. I think for the most time it was the only source where we could really see the price data. Yeah, so I really love his site, and Omi the Clown. He's for the community, and he's doing so great work. So I was really happy when he came to me and asked if I was interested in collaborating and kind of integrating the Veve tracker into the Ecomi Wiki page. So basically the idea is to provide one source for the community, so they don't have to kind of switch between different sites and different pull out different links and all that, but have it all on one site.
Oh, that's awesome.
As I said, my tracker is free, so it will stay free for everyone. So not only the ones that have a subscription for what is on it, for the data that is there right now, they will see it then on his platform.
That's awesome. So you guys are going to collaborate in that way, and it's actually going to be, you just go through Ecomi Wiki and Veve Tracker is going to be there on the side. Still go visit Kelly on her Twitter page and say what's up. But you can go to Ecomi Wiki. I guess it's not done yet, but it's in the works and it's going to be getting integrated. And that's awesome. I mean, the fact that he came and reached out to you, and we all know Omi the Clown is a legend. I mean, he saw something with your work, and obviously that's what we're trying to show here is like there's so many different people providing all this great data. I mean, to have them working together, this is just a blessing for the community, not even related to Veve, not being paid by Veve, nothing like that. And you guys came and I think you guys are providing like some of the best data, if not the best data in the space. So really, really bullish on that, and excited to see what you guys do when you put it together, and the front end, the back end, all that stuff is going to be crazy. And I saved it for last. Shout out to Omi the Clown. You guys all saw his drawing of Rob and Kate for their wedding. He's not only a data beast, but he's also a great friend of the channel. And you might have noticed that Ecomi Wiki was down for a couple of days. He was starting to implement some new features, and I know Crypto Pro is going to go insane now that this is back up. His videos are going to be next level. Another data-driven YouTube channel, Crypto Pro. But the Ecomi Wiki, you guys, this is the cover page. But if you go into the graphs now, like, I don't know if you saw this yet, Kelly, but this is crazy. He's got the candlesticks. You can zoom in with your scroll. The indicators. You can add anything you want, like MACD. You can change the periods. Like, this is becoming like Trading View 2.0 Veve version. I mean, who's on this level? I don't think anybody's on this level. And now you're gonna have Veve Tracker as a little icon on the side here where you can click and look at active wallets. Ecomi Wiki 3.0 is like super bullish for me, and he does have a paid portion, but there's also free version, and Veve Tracker from Veve Fox is going to stay free, remain free, so that you still come to the same website. You don't have to go around. You only have to favorite one page, and it's gonna be incredible. But have you seen any of these yet? Have you played around with it?
Not yet. Like today, I was a bit off, but yeah, definitely going to check it out.
It's smooth. It's smooth.
Yeah,
like look at this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think you can draw the lines on here too. So I think still working on it. I think there's still like a little bit of hiccups here and there he was mentioning, but it's up and running, and the candlesticks are working. So I think that just alone is pretty cool.
Especially when we get more volume, it will be really.
Yeah, I mean, incredible stuff. I mean, for us, we're subscribed to the website, and the fact that he's reaching out to people like you and getting your inputs and your data as well, which you pull from IMX in such a nice organized fashion. I'm hoping it stays like that when he gets that collab over here, because it's really, really easy to read. But no, I mean, the fact that he's doing that, you know that his head is in the game, in the right space, and he's looking at the right places. So no, I mean, it's been awesome. It's been a great time having you on the channel. I mean, I loved picking your brain. I loved hearing like when you talk about your own website, like you like to look at the top 100 to help with your own decisions. So it's these types of things that I think a lot of people appreciate. And for all the people who are watching here, like, I want to extend my thanks to you as well for putting in the time. I mean, you're not getting paid by Veve to do it, and you're doing it for everybody else in the community, so they have a source to go look at, to help with their own investing journey on Veve. So thank you from Superstar Money and everybody watching.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, guys, do not forget, go subscribe to the Veve Fox channel as well, because amazing, different type of analysis. Like, you come to us, I know a lot of people come to us to watch data-driven videos. We do that. We also do spec videos. We do a bunch of stuff, but Kelly is doing unique, different things. Whale games, like whale watching. Like, these are the places you want to see. What are those top wallets doing? And she has the best handle on it, because she's calculating that data, or organizing that data on a daily basis. So guys, definitely make sure you go subscribe and follow her on Twitter. Must follow as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's it. I got to give you a standing ovation for coming through and replacing Rob for the day, and making me have to not talk as much. I mean, you got to hear from you as well, and I know you weren't feeling the greatest, and you still came through and didn't want to leave me hanging. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, but thank you for having me as well.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, and hopefully when Rob's back, we can have you back on, and maybe there will be something that comes up where we need to look into the data, and maybe it'll be a drop or something like that. We can kind of time it that way, and we'll have to just do it a little bit earlier. I mean, we're doing all these late videos for you guys in Europe, so
perfect time, like.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, anyway, I hope you have a great weekend, and if you guys haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Hit the subscribe button down below. You can also become a VIP, $2.99 a month, and it's just been an amazing time having all these guests on. I mean, I really, the whole point of it is to spread the information around, get more people to recognize more channels, and just like have more people watching the Veve content, the Ecomi content, because the more people that watch it, the more it'll get picked up by the YouTube algorithm. So really, like, go over and subscribe and leave comments and like, and anytime you see that, because it's only going to do good things for your investment by spreading these videos out to more people who might not have even heard of the project. You heard from her. She saw the project, I think you said through a YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one way that you get this project out there, right? So definitely go subscribe and follow all these people. Everybody you see bring in any type of content. Even if you don't like every single video, you don't got to watch every video. Just try to be spreading the word as much as you can, guys. And we will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.